Man, I'm not as good at this as I used to be. As I get older, I've gotten more and more social. And I mean, I'm on day 5. I already have pretty strong yearning to go home. And I mean, I did this for 16 days once, right? It was basically madness. So, anyway, I don't feel like getting up. Well, I'm also pissed off about my tent, but you know. So yeah, it's definitely put a little something over everything. Well, it's not really a great looking day out right now. Hopefully it stays only cloudy as opposed to cloudy and rainy. All right, I got this thing buttoned up tight. Gotta go down and treat my water. There's no pissing around with water here. I know that the water coming out of Wigmore Summit is full of beavers. I mean, that area there's just beavers like crazy up there. And then the stuff coming out of Cuthead has whirling disease. I don't know if that affects humans, but I'm not about to experiment. Okay, first task. Got to cross the creek coming out of Wigmore Summit, whatever the hell it's called. Wigmore Creek is the one on the other side. While I'm doing that, I want to get my knees in the water too. So stuff you got to do in the morning is pretty endless sometimes. That is a cool way to start the morning. Okay, right off the hop, pushing through things. Hopefully this doesn't last too much. It isn't too much of the trail. One thing about the bison being out here, and I haven't seen that much fresh plop, this is already getting better, is that they make little trails all over the place. Yesterday, one of them definitely left me astray. They make trails up hills, right? So I got to be very careful of that. I got to try and hold the track. If I lose it, it's not the end of the world. I'll probably still find, as I'm talking, I got to make sure I'm got this, right? I'll probably still find the lake, but I want to hold the track, right? All right, we're going up a little bit. I think that's good. Well, came up a hill, entered a meadow, and it's like, oh no, right away I have nothing. Someone left trail tape. God bless you. All right, maybe there'll be trail tape all the way there. Wouldn't that be sweet? Still don't see any track, but keep looking. I'm gonna take that to be trail clearing. Could also be someone in here random camping. I'm not very far from the trail, right? From the main one. So that could be for firewood, but yeah, there is a track here. But I mean, like I said, could be bison track everywhere. Well, unfortunately it started to rain. I don't think it's gonna stop anytime soon. I can actually see my tent down here. I believe I'm on the track still. Looks like it is climbing up. And it's gonna go walk along here. I like that. Parks is still coming up here, I think, and doing studies of this lake. So I think there is still trail work getting done. Maybe even by Parks. I mean, this doesn't look, these cuts, they don't look that old. A few years maybe. Well, the rain stopped for the moment. That means the rain gear comes off right away, right? I mean, I'm climbing, I'm working. If not, I'll get sweat wet. And once you're wet, well, you're wet for the rest of the day. Mother of God. Okay, caught my breath a little bit. I had found a track. It seemed to go a little bit down there, and then it ran into kind of a collapse part. So I just started climbing this hill. And then I thought, oh crap, I probably didn't need to. I probably could have gone down there. Problem is, I mean, when you have an open area like this, I had to climb it. I had to come and scan everything, right? Make sure that the trail didn't break away. And boy, am I glad I did, because here we go. I've already walked down here a few meters, and there's a bunch of branches and stuff cut off. So here's the trail. Thank God I did climb this thing. All right, the trail exited somewhere in there. I kind of lost it. I found it entering the forest again. I have come 900 meters as the crow flies from my campground. On my campsite. Oh boy. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. No one said it wouldn't be. Oh, look at this. There's another track coming from here. Maybe that was actually the original track that was going through the forest. Anyways. Very, very pretty. Plenty of flowers. Well, seems like I've lost the trail for real now. Been running around the forest. I mean, there's no rocket science to what the trail's been doing. You know, you got that big downhill over there towards the creek, and I've been climbing alongside it the whole time. It also seems like I might be about to break out of the forest. Once that happens, one of two things will happen. One, I don't need the trail anymore. I can see where I need to go. I can figure it out. Or two, I'll be able to see an obvious trail in the scree. Anyhow, first I have to make that happen. Wow. All right, I'm at the top of something. So the lake on the other side of this thing, I think if I'm climbing that, I probably screwed up. There's got to be some way around it. I got to hunt around in here, see if I can't find some kind of trail that guides me, right? And I have absolutely no track. There's nothing on a gem trek. There's nothing anywhere for this. There's no beta. I mean, you type in Bighorn into the internet and you come up with some studies, but mostly you just get a lot of stuff about, you know, the Bighorn. A lot of things named Bighorn, right? Yeah. All right, let's see here. See, look, you get something like this. You think maybe it's a blaze, but no, I don't think it is. Yeah. Well, I mean, basically I'm on a ridge right now, so why don't I walk along it for a while and see what happens. Okay, so I can just keep climbing this thing. I pray that the trail did not go down in the trees someplace with some shortcut around the hill, bringing me right to Bighorn Lake. I mean, if I climb that thing, I'm sure I'll see Bighorn Lake. All I want to do is see it from 1,000 feet up. Anyway, so far all the trail is done is climb this thing. So I'll keep doing that, and I'll keep a sharp lookout into the trees for any trail that shows up. Well, I don't really know what to do now. Look down here. I mean, there's lots of adlers and stuff, but it would be easy, I think, to attain the lake from down in this. I also have a little track. Now that could easily be made by the bison. But for all I know, the trail went down that side, and you know, the trail climbing along all this was just to get around a bunch of crap in there. Yeah. What do? I mean, here you can see it's cliffs. I don't think there's any good way to sidestep around this. If I climb that, I mean, do you have to climb it in order to get to the lake? I will certainly see the lake from that. Oh, questions. Well, I've come up to a saddle. Looking down the valley, a long ways. You can see Wigmore Summit and such. There's a trail here, but I don't buy that. That's some kind of goat trail. That is not the trail. The lake is literally right behind the hill. Right behind it. There's a part of me that's thinking, why don't I just climb it for fun? Because, yeah, I mean, I've done so much work to get up here. Maybe I should, you know, it's not that much higher. It would be cold up there though. The wind is definitely picking up. I mean, there is Bighorn Peak, and literally just underneath it is Bighorn Lake. It's probably about there-ish. Well, maybe I will climb it. I've done a lot of work to get up here. To go right back down into those meadows and lose all that elevation, that would hurt a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. Taking a break about halfway up. Nicest break spot you could ever ask for, you know. You can see so much. The more I look at tomorrow's journey, the less I want to go and deal with all these trees. I feel like the trail on the other side is even more abandoned than the one I've been trying to follow today. Yeah. Alright, better take one last good look. This is my reconnaissance for getting back. Because I'm probably going to walk back in this. And then I should probably climb up that and go back the way I know is safe. It's tempting to just start walking up that. But then look at the steep. It becomes a canyon. That looks pretty obvious. You son of a bitch. It's a false summit. Well, this isn't a lake, but it's very pretty. Well, I'm dreading what comes up here. Is it a drop off? I can't get down? Maybe. There's no drop off. Okay. I've come this far. Keep on going. Whatever happens here, this should be pretty epic. Ah, cool. I wonder when the last time a human being walked in this valley, never mind set their eyes on it. Whew. Okay. Let's go over here and see what's up. Wow. That is awesome. Well, this thing keeps going, and I have a funny feeling there's no way down on the other side. I mean, in for a penny, in for a pound, right? The sun's hitting that right below this thing. Outstanding. I just keep getting higher and higher and higher. farther I go. Well, I'm on a big old ridge walk. This is probably the way people come in order if they want to go and hit this one. There's probably no way off this thing either. If you look down like that and you can't actually see the way down, it's probably a cliff out situation. So I still haven't even seen the bloody lake. I'm not getting rewarded for all my work. It is pretty awesome up here though, I have to say that. I'm gonna go down a little bit, at least down to this, and then make some decisions. I can't find a safe way off this thing. That's tough. I can't even see the lake. And I can't see a way down. And, you know, like it's one of those, okay, maybe I could get down. If I started a couple places, maybe I could get down. But I'm putting myself in a terrible situation. A situation where I have to get down because coming back up would be hell. It would be super steep. And it'd be really unsafe to go and try to get down somewhere along this. It appears the only safe place for me to get down is all the way back at the saddle, which is a ways back. And I've done a lot of work to get up here. And I mean, going back to the saddle, then walking back along that flat stuff, there's plenty of brambles down there. There's some parts that look okay, but there's plenty of parts where I'm gonna have to bash. Woo! This is why you try and follow trails. I'm sure this trail did not come and climb this thing. It appears that, yes, it did go down into that stuff. The good news is that it's literally 20 after 12. I mean, I have made some pretty good time doing all this, so I have tons of time. But man, am I tired already. And it's starting to rain. All right, nothing to do but get started. Head all the way back here, go down that grass. Well, I'm back to my highest point reached. Yesterday I kept talking about how things around here were so climbable. Like this over here, that ridge. Guess I proved myself right. I should celebrate a little bit, right? Woo! 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 Oh man, I could hear that echoing for a while. Well, it was still pretty cool coming up here, gotta say. Almost down that first hill. This is my chance to try and scout what I'm gonna do when I get down there, right? You can see all here, it looks nice. And then there, a lot of brambles. I'll get in these trees. But then it looks like I have no choice but to hammer through brambles the rest of the way to the lake. So, doesn't look any easier down there. No, it does not. Anyway, no one said this was an easy day hike. It's difficult. Well, yeah, especially when my first attempt at it is a misfire. Climbing up stuff. Well, I'm almost back to the saddle. First thing I might as well do is see where that track is. I mean, if I can follow a trail that ends up like going through the woods or something and cuts off a lot of bramble bashing, then great. On the other hand though, trail might go through a bunch of bramble that hasn't been taken care of in a long time, so it might be actually worse. Oh man, that was tough. That was steep. Phew. And you can see I'm on the beaten down track right now. I think I'm taking a break, but first thing I want to do is follow it back to the trees over here and see if I can't find the actual trail. Well, I'm not sure. There's an opening in the trees, and then I thought this was a blaze, but it's just damaged. Can't find any trail work. I'm convinced that that trail snuck off that ridge at some point and climbed down here. But if you truly want to be by yourself, look at this as far as a random camping spot. A little stream is just over here. No one would have any clue. Any clue. You would truly be by yourself. I mean, it's 30 kilometers down official trails and then a good climb off that official trail on an unofficial old decommissioned trail to get here. So no one can come along at all, except for a crazy like me. Well, no go with the trail, so nothing to do but start making my way towards the lake. Still got a goal I want to accomplish. I think it'd be a complete miracle if I found a trail down here. If I couldn't see a track from up this, I might as well just walk on that nice patch of grass I can see from up top, get as far as I can before I have to go through this. Maybe it'll be a lot higher than this, right? Who knows? All right, so let's be clear. No matter what I see right now, I made the smart decision. You know, I went back to where I knew it was safe to get down. I didn't risk cliffing myself out. And yeah, I don't see anywhere I would have got down. Along these rocks, maybe down there, that looks steep. That probably wouldn't have worked either. Yeah, and I mean, I think I was standing way over there. I don't know. I gotta get a little farther. Well, it's been a tough day. It was climb, and descend. But hey, at least this part is nice. At least until I get to more challenging stuff. All right, you can hear the stream going through over here. The brambles definitely get a whole lot taller around the stream. Maybe if I moved away, they get a little shorter. Let's see. This is probably about when I start making as much lateral progress as I do forward progress, but that's just what's got to be done, right? I'm done whatever I can do to avoid bramble bashing. All right, let's come over here to this part of the... So here they're not as bad. I can make my way through without like smashing them out of my face, right? Okay. Look at that. 2 minutes after I shut off the camera last, I found a tread. Looks like a pretty good one too. All right, let's see how it treats me. Well, I was pushing through things for maybe a minute, and then it came into this rock slide. So of course, it's gone. Now I'm climbing up the rock slide. Oh, look up there. So, not too bad. This looks pretty miserable. I think I gotta keep going up that rock slide and just break off and maybe walk along the bottom of it, because this is crap. And it means I'm climbing again, but I think it'll be worth it. All right, so now I'm gonna do some side hilling, but it'll be some decent forward progress at least.
Look at this. I think the lake is in behind that. I'm gonna have to like climb up around the rocks over there, I think. But first I'll have to get down, get up over there, and delightful. Yeah, I have to get around this. Well, I think this is the most sure way, but then I have to go down and lose the elevation I have right now, not to mention back through that stuff just to get to it, just to get started. Straight ahead, maybe up these rocks, and then I could probably scramble the rest. Not even a scramble, it'd probably be fine. Another option is maybe these rocks, or maybe up that way. If I do one of the straight ahead options, I don't have to lose the altitude that I have right now, so I think I will try the straight ahead option. If it's no good, then just climb up higher and keep working at it. I don't even have to use the rocks. The animals or whatever made a very nice trail up here. Sometimes you just can't tell until you get up close. Stop and recognize the beauty, you know. It's pretty outstanding stuff. My legs are wiped. Not just that. Bighorn Lake is showing us 600 meters away still. How is that possible? Come on, it's up on the other side of this crap, right? Apparently not. Well, I conquered that obstacle. There is more, but it doesn't look that bad. All right. Well, I found a tread, which is good because I'm not sure. I'm hoping that I can keep it long enough to. I'm not sure where to go left or right of this canyon, so. Well, I'm on the right side right now. Of course, I lost the. Of course, the tread went away right away. As soon as it came down to the water, it was gone. So I guess I'll try the right side. Cool. I don't think this is it. I think it's on the other side there. Oh, I don't care. Just the sight of this is amazing. Oh my God. All right, well, this looks like work. Naturally, after I chose the left side, I could see a trail going up the left side. I'm gonna go around there. Check this out. Oh, there it is. You can see it flowing under the rock. Doesn't come out here, it comes out some underground whatever. It's over there. Isn't that cool? That is cool. Now that I'm out of the wind, look at this back here. I don't know what that hill, how it relates to where I was earlier, but I could have definitely gone down that. But I can't see what I was standing on. It's in behind that somewhere. Maybe I couldn't get to this. Look at this guy right below Mount Bighorn, apparently. At least I believe that's it. I don't think it's that one. Maybe it's that one. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool shot. Bighorn Lake. And look, a boat. That's funny. How long has that been hanging out there? Huh. Oh my. I made it. Took a peek. There actually is oars underneath this thing. So yeah, if I felt like it, I could actually go for a little boat ride, but well, I think I want to respect Parks Canada at least enough not to do that. You could though. Yeah, you could. I've had a hell of a day already. So I don't think I would want to haul a bunch of big rocks off and go for a canoe trip. Well, I'm just chilling out here. I don't think I really have the willpower to just start walking around and pissing about. I climbed a small mountain and then I bashed my way here, so I am frickin' destroyed. Yeah, I don't feel like doing a whole lot right now. Well, goodbye, Bighorn. Looked like it was starting to clear up, but now, look what's coming. So I think it's time to get down to lower altitude. Not bad. What an outstanding basin. Well, going down's gonna be a whole lot easier than coming up. Sadly, when I get to that hillside, I'll have to do at least some climbing back up, that's for sure. But that's a long ways off, right? Right? It's going well. Stay high. There's some nice areas down here behind the trees. It looks great, and then this is what you'd be stuck with, right? Well, I thought about not going down until much later, but you know, instead of side hilling and walking on these rocks, I think I'm happy going through these trees again and on the flat stuff. And yeah, some nice walking would be a nice change. Well, I have found some kind of tread / trail. Sometimes I'm pushing through brambles using it. See how long I can hold it. Well, last time I walked over there in the trees, which is fine. It's nice, right? The tread's actually kind of half-ass working out. Doesn't do you much good heading towards it. I mean, when I did find it, it ran immediately into that rock slide, which I then used. But on the way back, yeah, you know, see what happens. I kind of doubt it's going to hold itself until it shows me what to do in the forest, but yeah, you know, try it out. Well, I lost it. No big surprises there. Well, decided to give myself a scalp scrub while I'm down here. It's not your hair that makes your head itch at night after 4 or 5 days out here, it's the scalp. I mean, you know, what does getting my hair wet and then scrubbing like this really do for my hair? It's the scalp. So, yeah, it's the middle of the day, the sun's been out. That rain, bad weather never came my way, so that's good. So yeah, I might as well take the opportunity, you know. All right, coming back to that spot in the forest. It is pretty nice and open. Just gotta work my way this way, work my way up, and eventually I'll be back on kind of familiar territory, right? Well, it really is a pretty nice big open forest to be going through. This is actually a little thicker than I've been dealing with. But real easy to bushwhack. There's almost no trees down. Yeah. There we go. Head over here. That should basically wipe out my elevation gain. I marry you. Oh, unless someone pipes up in my comment section or something, I'll never know where that trail actually goes. It might actually go down the hillside. Surprising, but it might. This is actually trickier than coming up. Going down a ridge, right? Coming up, it's easy, climb. I mean, as you're climbing, you're climbing the ridge. You're going down a ridge, you could easily slip off the side of it. And next thing you know, you're down in some valley you don't want to be. Or you got to start climbing back up, get the ridge back. So until I figure out the trail again, which of course is a little tough to find, then yeah, I got to be pretty careful. All right, I made some waypoints for myself on the way up. One of them is 150 meters this direction, so do my best to stay. It was a little tough when you're bushwhacking, right? Even though it isn't easy for us to bushwhack, it's hard to stay one direction. Here we go. It really does just vanish up there. I was looking everywhere. Yeah. All right, well, I got it back. At least for now. It comes in and out of trees 2 or 3 times, right? So, yeah. But I mean, most of the rest of the way down, you can just see the whole ridge and exactly the grass and everything. Up here is where there's forest everywhere, and you could easily slip off the side, like I said, right? Well, I've been looking at this since all the way down, basically, trying to figure out what's the best way to go to the lake on the other side for tomorrow. I kept thinking that this was my valley that I was camped in, and the trail went up there, and then you dealt with all this mess. But actually, no, it's this one. And that would go up here and around. So basically, you'd be just dealing with an insane amount of brambles and such all the way around this, not a massive amount of climb. So maybe that trail won't be too bad. I mean, the trail might be useless, but maybe just hammering my way up this won't be like a total nightmare, right? Got a little off track coming down here, sort of kind of on purpose. Look what I found. Isn't that kind of cool? Bighorn, huh? Cool. You know, I might take this and bring it and put it beside the sign. Bighorn Lake. There you go. Bighorn Lake. And now you got a bighorn. Our mission is accomplished. Well, it's only 6:15. I feel like this thing here, I mean, I was forced to put on some bug spray eventually. It's interesting that these guys are just hanging out here. They're cool. They're below the smoke, right? But I did put on bug spray on my neck and my face. But I feel like this thing allows me to hang out here instead of just going to the tent and hiding. I mean, 6:15 is too frickin' early. But I don't want to like take my body and like start hiking down Cuthead or something, and it's like that's not going to happen today. So yeah, I think I've basically decided I am going to go down this valley. I just I don't see much climbing. It looks like it just goes around like this, around that massive hill and stuff. So I think it'll work. I just have to beat my way through a lot of things. Maybe sometimes I can find a trail that's going into the bush, the woods, right, to get me around some stuff. Yeah.
Good way to pass the time is to just put books into my phone under the Books app. You know, I have the new Canadian Trail Guide edition, and you know what's interesting? I mean, even trails I'm not going to hike anytime soon, I just go read like the comments and the history notes and stuff. That's kind of cool. Well, I came in here at like 7:15. I'm so exhausted. Yeah. Tomorrow, try and do Cuthead Lake. Had a couple of successful day hikes in. Yeah, definitely trying to cover everything while I'm out here, right? I mean, I try not to leave anything on the table. I mean, if I'm going to an area, I want to see all the stuff best I can. Except I'm not going to go climb mountains because I don't have enough lifetime left to be trying to climb mountains. All right, good night.